Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. So today I'm going to be revisiting an old deck that kind of fell out of the picture, Dinosaurs. If you've played Duel Links for a long time, then you know that Dinosaurs in the beginning were probably the strongest decks, the strongest deck. It was very budget to build. Basically all you needed was Order to Charge, some Karibos, and you had a deck that could take you to King of Games. And it was mostly because of his Dinosaur Kingdom skill, since it's the only field spell that you can start with that adds 300 attack. So with the addition of this monster that I'm not gonna attempt to pronounce his name, we'll just call him Kaba. With the addition, what this monster does for this deck is pretty cool, because it allows you to run. It's not only is it a 2000 beater with the field spell, 1800 defense with the field spell. It's a normal monster, so it allows you to run 3 Order to Charge, and you're not as concerned about drawing Order to Charge at the wrong time. I mean, you're running 9 vanillas. That's basically half of your deck. Before you were running 6, maybe 7 if you had a Jerry Beansman, but now you have 9, and you also have this big dinosaur that it is 2 tributes. The effect, it has a nice effect, but the way I use him and the reason why he's only a 1-of in the deck is because I want to summon him with Fossil Excavation. I was so happy that I'm finally able to run this card because I got a prismatic, so I was pretty excited about that. But yeah, if you have it in your hand and there's a dinosaur in your graveyard, you can activate this card, dump your black Tyranno, and just summon him right back, because you need a dinosaur in the graveyard, but you don't have to target that one. So that's pretty cool. The one kind of a tech card that I'm throwing in is Knight of the Red Lotus. I'm probably gonna end up building a deck around this card, something different, but he's a pretty nice addition in this deck. It has synergy with normal monsters, which is basically all that you're running. It can help you swarm the field. Helps a little bit as a boss monster. It's got a nice 2100 attack. The rest of the cards, obviously the two 1600 dinosaurs that go up to 1900, 1 mirror wall for problematic monsters, and some defense. Metamorph, same reason, to get rid of big monsters that I mean, Order to Charge obviously is going to help you with any monster, but if you need to get over something strong, you have Metamorph. 2 enemy controller, because I keep repeating that it's the best card in the game, and I still believe that. So let's go ahead and get into the replays real quick. Going to our first one against Paradox Brothers. Oh, I forgot to change the settings to character line so that you can see the gameplay better, and it's not just fast forwarding through it. So we're going up against Paradox Brothers. They're using 3-star demotion, it's the usual. He goes first, sets 1 card face down, sets a monster face down. I open up with Metamorph, Order to Charge, and 3 of my dinosaurs. So I just summon 1 of them, destroy his Blue Dragon Summoner. He's gonna get to search his Dark Magician, so we know what's coming. But I do have the Order to Charge, so I immediately, as soon as he summons his Dark Magician, I immediately activate Order to Charge, because I don't want him using knives or Dark Magic attack and getting rid of all my spells. So the safer play is to just immediately Order to Charge. He goes Supremacy Berry to get his life points back, and then just ends turn. So I draw Fossil Excavation, which actually ends up winning me the game, and you'll see the play that I have to make. I summon my Kaba, try to attack directly, he flips over enemy controller, and then I believe he has another Dark Magician. Yeah. So here's the key play. I'm gonna pause it real quick just so I can explain. Um, he's gonna destroy my monster with Dark Magician. And what the card that he just said, more than likely it's a Champion's Vigilance. So what I do to get around that is I do all of my moves during the end phase. Because obviously I have Metamorph and I have another Dinosaur in hand, so I have a way to get rid of Dark Magician. But if I wait until my turn, he's gonna be able to negate one of my cards and just destroy my strategy to get rid of his Dark Magician. So during the end phase, I go ahead and activate Fossil Excavation and my Metamorph so that I'm completely set up. Champion's Vigilance is no longer a threat. I draw into Two-Headed King Rex, I normal summon it, and sure enough, it was a Champion's Vigilance. So had I not done that during the end phase, I would have lost this game because I would have lost my way of getting rid of Dark Magician. Especially because if he's a good player, he would know that Fossil Excavation is not a threat. He would have waited for something like Order to Charge, this Metamorph, or Enemy Controller. So there wasn't any way to bait that Champion's Vigilance out. Anyway, I get over his Dark Magician. He draws another Supremacy Berry, so his life goes all the way up to 4950. I draw into another Kaba, attack for 4300. There's nothing really he can top deck. He already used his 3 Supremacy Berry. It's game over. So he draws. He sets a monster. I believe it's another Blue Dragon Summoner or a Legion, the Fiend Jester. Yeah, it's a Legion. I just attack it with one of my dinosaurs and finish the rest of his life points with the other one. So very important. As strong as 3-star Demotion is, there's plenty of ways to beat them. A lot of the times you'll have a way around their plays. You just gotta try to think ahead, and it's such a common deck, and probably I want to say 70 to 80% of the build is the same across the board. So you can pretty much know that if they're setting a card, it's gonna be Enemy Controller, it's gonna be Champion's Vigilance, because that's all they run. That's all they have room for, because you know they have to run their Dark Magicians, their Searches, their Knives. So although the deck is very strong, it's very predictable. So here we're going up against the Mai, and I saved this replay because obviously one of the biggest weaknesses of Rex is the field spell getting destroyed, right? Because it's your it's the heart and soul of the deck. That 300 boost really helps your monsters be strong. Otherwise, you just have a bunch of 1600 monsters. So turn 1, she goes Harpy Lady, destroys my field spell. I should have lost this game, right? But you'll see how I stay ahead of her resources. She had to spend a Harpy Lady to get rid of my field spell. So that put me ahead in the resource battle, because I'm just gonna summon my Kaba. I have 3 face down. I'm baiting another Harpy Lady. However, this is actually a relinquished player, so that's even better, because she's gonna have to spend 3 cards from her hand to summon a relinquish, and I'm gonna order to charge it immediately. So now she's down to 1 card, and I still have my 2 face downs and my 1 dinosaur in hand. Unfortunately for me, the card she's sitting on is a Sonic Duck, which is basically stronger than anything I'm running in the deck now, besides Lotus. However, I do have my Enemy Controller. I switch into defense mode. She has no way of protecting it, so I can easily get over it. And I also have another Kaba, which I wanted to save in case another Harpy Lady came out. So she top decks another Sonic Duck. How unfair is that? Whatever. I do have my order to charge, so again I'm able to get her Sonic. I'm able to get rid of her Sonic Duck, and I'm keeping field and card advantage. I have a monster, I have a card. She's in top deck mode. Once again, I decided to save my monster, my strongest monster, even though it's only a 100-point difference in hand, just because I don't know what she's gonna do. She draws, sets a card face down. This should pretty much be game unless that's a windstorm. I summon my other monster, and it's a security orb, so she's able to buy one turn. But again, I have a mirror wall. I have two monsters. She has no resources. Even though I lost my field spell, I was able to keep up in the resource battle, which is pretty much the only way you can beat my. I found the most of the times when I'm dueling her, the reason why I lose is because I'm spending all my cards and they're not spending any. Like they destroy your back row just by summoning a monster. That's a -1 to you, and then you try to get rid of that monster by using, you know, 1 or 2 cards, and then they have Dimension Gate or whatever. So they, by staying ahead of you in the resources, is how they beat you most of the time. So I was able to stay ahead of her, and that gave me the win in this game without Dinosaur Kingdom. That is another reason why I run the Twister in case I do run into a Mai or into something annoying like you know, Pumpkin Princess, Balloons, because you don't want to just auto lose to those decks since we don't run any kind of back row removal. So this next duel is against a Mako. 30 card Mako. This was gold 1 or gold 2, I can remember. I think I used Rex to get to gold 3 if I remember correctly. Oh, this is, look at this hand. This hand doesn't look that great, right? But I have Lotus, I have Fossil Excavation, and you'll see how easily you can spam the field with the help of Knight of Red Lotus. So I know my opponent didn't do much. He just summoned a monster in attack mode. I top deck Econ, so I Econ take. I have a Dinosaur in graveyard, which means I can activate my my trap. So I ditch my other Dinosaur. I bring the one that was already engraved back to the field. I tribute his monster, and then using Night Rake Lotus effect, I summon my other Crawling Dragon. That happened so fast that I couldn't even keep up with the replay. My opponent immediately rage quit because I just farmed the field with 19, 19, and 21. Pretty easy win. And then this is gonna be the last replay against the Yami Yugi. Only 4 replays for you guys this video. I wanted to keep it short because I know I've been closer to 20 minutes in the last few videos, and I want to keep it at around 15 if I can. Alright, so he's going first. I have 2 dragons, Metamorph, and Twister, which is perfect because I'm going to be destroying that Shard of Greed. We don't need him drawing any extra cards. I set my Twister and my Metamorph. There's no point in activating Twister right away. If you keep it face down, it makes them think of you know, that it's a different card, and you just wait until Shard of Greed gets the second counter, pop it in the draw phase, and they don't get their draws. So I summon my Crawling Dragon, attack into Yomi ship. It gets destroyed, and then he summons Dunamis Dark Witch, attacks me for 1800. I summon my 2000 beater, destroy the Dunamis Dark Witch. However, he does have Mickey's Sword, so I have to take a risk here. I don't want him getting those 2 cards, but I'm also gonna bring myself down to 1700. I decided to gamble it off you know, I didn't want him getting 2 cards and getting 2 ahead of me in the resource battle. So I was just hoping that he didn't have anything 17 or stronger in hand. Luckily for me, he doesn't, so he just sets 1 monster and sets a card face down. I draw into Mirror Wall, which is a nice protection, and it actually comes in clutch because I attack into a Hain, and my Dinosaur goes back to my hand. So once again, he has an open field, and I only have a 1700 life points. And he even top decks Red Eyes Wyvern, so an 1800 beater, just enough to beat me. Luckily for me, I had the Mirror Wall set, so I'm able to survive this turn. And I draw into an Order to Charge, which it doesn't help this turn, but because if he had a Mirror Wall set, I would have lost immediately. I believe it was a Metamorph, however, and so he doesn't activate it. I activate my Metamorph, get rid of his monster, and that wins me the game because he doesn't get anything else. Pretty close duel, but a win nonetheless. I guess he had I don't know why he waited until I summoned my other monster and then rage quit, but that was a win. So 16 minutes, still went over 15 minutes, but not too long. Once again, here's the deck. I believe you're gonna see a lot more Rexes now that this card came out, and you'll probably see them running this card as well. I think it's nice, I think it's healthy for the game that we're seeing some of these older decks come back, and they're fun to play. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want, and until next time.